What up, my Fuyohis? So the other day I was, minding my own business, aka reading some yaoi. So I was chilling in one of the Facebook groups that I'm at, and one of the girls was suggesting this comic, which tells the love story between a demon and a human. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. I think I read this before. But isn't that one named Tobias and Guy? Which also tells a love story between a demon and a human. What? Two stories with the exact same plot? No way. So I decided to do a battle between these two amazing love stories. So these two comics have a lot of similarities. First of all, both of these comics are created by men. So Devil and S-13 was actually created by a guy named Suyohara. And Tobias and Guy was created by someone named Daryl Toh. Another incredible similarities, both comics have the strip format. It's all based on one page with 4 to 8 panels, which is super fascinating because most BL comics are mainly from 12 to 18 pages per chapter. So Tobias and Guy was first published on January 2015, and Devil and S-13 was actually published on November 2017. Both are self-published comics by their respective authors throughout social media. So now let's talk about each other's story comparison. First off, we have the cute meet. In Tobias and Guy, Guy, which is our main protagonist, falls in love with the demon at first sight one day at the park. But on Demon and S-13, we actually do not know how they first met and how or when they fall in love with each other. The story of these two characters have not been fully revealed yet, but I'm guessing it's like forbidden love since there is a war going on between worlds, kinda like Saga. Number 2, the Uke. Guy is just your typical average guy. The only thing we do know about him is he suffers from depression. And because of that and all his feelings of insecurity leads him to isolation. And on the other hand, we have S-13. Yes, that is his name. That is all we know about him because he has a tattoo of that number on his arm. We also know that he is a pilot and that his plane was crashed in Dom's realm. So we can assume he was a soldier fighting in this world against Dom and the people of his kind, which makes this like a Romeo-Juliet forbidden love kind of situation. But none of this information is crystal clear, so I could be wrong. Moving on. So Tobias is the demon in Tobias and Guy's story. He seems like the gatekeeper of hell kind of demon. He possesses many powers like flying and transforming into a human form, which is, by the way, hella cute. On the other hand, on Devil and S-13, we have the demon Dom. Now, Dom is kind of like a different kind of demon. I'm thinking maybe he's more like an alien demon, like a mystical kind of demon. Because unlike Tobias' world, Dom's world is not like this hell, fiery scenarios and demons and ghosts and spirits and goats. Dom's world is more like a yokai kind of demon situation. His powers include opening portals to travel through dimensions and erasing memory. But they're both very, very sweet characters that deeply care and are in love with their respective partners. And obviously, they are great on their roles, if you know what I mean. Next, let's let's talk about the supporting characters. In Tobias and Guy, we have Diego, who is Guy's Latino roommate that is third wheeling in the whole relationship, which honestly, me! He is a big believer in the dark magics, but what makes him incredibly compelling is his backstory. You see, Diego used to have a girlfriend that apparently died, and that unfortunate death led him to a very, very dark place. The author uses Mexican culture in Dia de los Muertos tribute to link the whole theme going on of demons and death, and it's also very beautiful and very touching as well. On the other hand, we have a guy that is definitely not down to third wheeling. He is S-12. So obviously not many details is revealed, but we can only assume that S-12 is senpai for S-13, and that he is been looking for him for quite a while. Mainly because it looks like he is in love with 13.
I know! Straight out of a telenovela remade for American audiences, right?
Because of the nature of this kind of format, the complete story is not going to be 100% revealed, which is very fascinating because it makes us, as an audience, take the small pieces of story that they do reveal and use it as puzzles to put things together ourselves. On Tobias and Guy is very, very like situational comedy karma romance, and I especially love it because they do touch about the topic of depression that has been tabooed and ignored throughout the years. Mental health has become more and more of a popular topic to touch, to make awareness of. And on the other hand, we have Demon in S-13, which is more of a serialized kind of story. Not having enough information about these characters and the world they're living and their circumstances is what drives us curious and more interesting to keep reading it. Since they are self-published and they are doing it in their free time as a hobby and they are not being monetized by them, they obviously have to do it on their free time. But I need him to get on the publishing schedule because I need to know how this telenovela ends. On the contrary to Tobias and Guy, which is in a bit of a hiatus situation. The artist explained on a post that he just made this comic up just to get a little sense of what webcomics are all about, and that he never expected to get the popularity that he gained. He said that he is going to continue with other projects with the hope of coming back to this story again. So bottom line, both comics are great. They have great story, great characters, great development, and they are both worth your time to read. Well, that is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel. These are your topics of interest. We need to be fans. We need to fangirls together. So thank you for watching, and I will see you the next time. Okay? Okay, love you, bye!